Hello again, I'm Blunty and welcome to part 4 of my guide to beginners vlogging, in which we will be discussing editing. And editing is more than just sticking some clips together, it's more than just adding special effects, it's more than just transitions. It's about how you shoot and then how you edit what you shoot. Editing is a craft, editing is an art form. Editing can change the way your video appears, whether it be a vlog, whether it be a music video, whether it be a news report, whether it be whatever you're doing. Editing can change the nature of the video you're making. Now, if you ask anyone who's actually been trained in editing the old school way, jump cuts are usually frowned upon in a big way because they feel abrupt, they feel weird, and it's just bizarre when you're trying to tell a visual story in a movie or on TV shows and whatnot. But you can get away with them in video blogs and people won't care, so long as it's done in order to deliver the content. If you're just doing it to try and seem avant-garde and arty, it just looks ridiculous and people will see right through you. The best way to use jump cuts is to use them to edit out the dull bits, the ums and ahs, where you trip over your words, where you're thinking. Just cut those bits out. No one's gonna. It's all about the content. It's all about the message you're delivering. If you make a weird-looking jump cut, and as long as the conversation still keeps flowing, nobody's going to care about it. See, I've been on board with this vlogging thing since the early days, and in those early days, almost everybody was just doing a straight piece to camera, no edits, no nothing, just one long sentence droning on and on and on. And there was me and a couple of other people who were doing this stuff, and we started using jump cuts to cut all that sort of bit, and it gave it a lot more energy, a lot more punch, a lot more, and it just made everything feel more exciting, more passionate, and it kept things shorter, which is important because this is the internet and people have tiny attention spans. And beyond the simple jump cut, you start getting into the more complex thing, the effects, the fades, the wipes, the dissolves, the fade to black, the cross dissolves, the, star wipes and all that sort of stuff. And the trick to using those is to show restraint. Less is usually more when it comes to editing. Be subtle, be gentle, cake it with a gentle, unless you're doing sort of a wacky music video, do not go overboard with the effects and the wipes and the transitions and stuff, because it's just going to look weird. You need to use the appropriate kind of editing for the appropriate kind of video. And I've prepared a couple of videos to show you what I'm talking about. Both these videos consist of the same type of content. They're city scenes, the people walking about cars and buildings and all that sort of stuff. Let's have a look. Obviously, these examples are slightly exaggerated for the benefit of demonstration, but it should give you a very clear idea about how the same subject matter edited with a completely different attitude can completely alter the resulting video. It's not about what software effects and edit transitions you use, it's about how you use them to set, change, enhance the mood, pacing and style of the material being presented. One of the other common questions I get is people asking about editing software. What editing software should they use? Which is the best? Which is the cheapest? Which is free? And truth be told, it really doesn't matter, because even the most basic stuff can do the simple edits you need to do for simple vlog style content. Yes, the big, powerful, expensive programs are big, powerful and expensive and let you do far more. They're more powerful, they're more flexible, you can get fancier with them, but by and large, you don't need to do that stuff in this kind of content. Those two videos I showed you earlier, they could have been made in any editing program and they would have come out the same, because you've got the same basic editing features in all of them. Jump cuts, fades, transitions, fade to black, dissolves, all that kind of stuff is available in even the most basic editing software. Because here's the thing about the creative process, it's not the best pens that make the best writer, it's not the best paintbrushes that make the best painters, it's what they do with the tools they have. Leonardo da Vinci would have been a brilliant artist no matter what he was scratching with. So how do you get good at editing? How do you develop your editing skills? Practice. Practice and stealing from other people. Watch your favourite movies, watch your favourite TV shows, hell, even watch your favourite blogs. Watch how they edit, watch how they frame up, watch everything they do. Pay attention to that, you know. Watch it through once for the content and watch it 3 times more to see how they edit, why they edit. If you like their style of editing, steal from them. Now, another common question I got was about intros. It's very attractive to think you can make a nice fancy intro with some punchy music and shots and text floating everywhere and it looks all fancy and it gives you a sense of identity, a sense of branding. And that's why they're used in TV shows and stuff like that. But you don't need it in this kind of stuff. This is short form content. If you take 45 seconds for an intro, that's 45 seconds your viewers are going to sit through before they get to the actual content. And 45 seconds on a 5-minute blog or a 3-minute blog is a significant portion of that time you used up. You don't need it. So what about special effects, the kind of stuff that alters the pictures, you know, maybe make it look like an old film grain or something like that? General rule is, unless you're trying to set a specific mood or trying to deliver content in a specific way, you don't need it. Don't use it just for the sake of using special effects. Don't use special effects just for the sake of trying to stand out, because it's just going to look cheesy and awful. And this is a huge mistake most beginners make. They just go overboard with special effects. Same rule with editing. You just got to use it gently, use it sparingly, and only use it where it is appropriate to be using it. Otherwise it just stands out and people get distracted. They go, oh, that's a funny looking special effect, and they forget completely what you're trying to tell them or what you're trying to present them. Join me next time for the final episode where we're going to talk about microphones and sound and lighting and things like that. And keep your questions rolling in down there, because next week is your last and final chance to win your very own bloggy camera. So thanks for watching. I'm Blunty and I'll catch you next time.